everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are working on yet another upgrade for Sadie, our 2020 Mercedes Sprinter van. This time we are up in the main cabin dealing with the charging cable situation. Let me show you what the issue is. So we are up in front of the van and you can see that, here's the steering wheel, here's the center console, and the charging ports and the Apple CarPlay are underneath this flap, but there's no good way for cables to stick out. You kind of have to force them out of here. And since this is where we're gonna wanna charge our phones, we need to come up with a better solution than leaving them in here. I don't mind leaving it up here while I'm driving, since I'm not gonna be looking at it, but people say that they can overheat in this cubby, and so that's the issue we're gonna be tackling today. And how we're gonna fix that issue is with a product from Terra X called the Charge Groove. It should be a very quick and simple install. They didn't send this to me, 100% paid for this with my money, so we'll see how easy it is, and we'll get the install going. Once that's done, I've also got a phone mount that I'll be installing in the driver and passenger side using a RAM mount that I'll also show, but the primary focus is this Terra X Charge Groove solution. Okay, so the Charge Groove kit comes with 5 major pieces. You've got driver side, passenger side, 2 side pieces, and then a little bag here that includes the center clip connector, a trim tool, some screws for hooking all this up, and then an Allen key. And that's it. That's all you need to install this. All right, and so the driver's side and the passenger side are different. You'll be able to tell which is which because of these center connectors where they connect in the middle. And you can see on the outside here that there's this screw hole for the side pieces. You wanna make sure those are facing out. And this is supposed to be pretty simple. So you're looking for this ridge here. That is gonna set right in this edge here. And if you have a hard time getting it in there, that's what the trim tool is for, is to squeeze in here to press this out. All right, so this is a little awkward just because of the angle, but you just shove this little trim tool down into here. This edge here just goes into this slot, and then there's this little hole here where this hook goes. So you just put it in, snap in like that. That's great. Do the other side. Okay. So those are in. All right, so in that bag I showed earlier, this is the clip that goes on the back to connect those 2 pieces. And then in the bag as well, you've got 4 screws. You've got 2 of these long screws and 2 of these short ones. The long screws connect the middle pieces together, and the 2 short ones are for the side pieces. That just goes this way, here, those 2 pieces. And then we'll take those 2 long screws. It just goes in like this. We'll take those 2 long screws, and of course, you can't really see what you're doing here, so going 100% by feel. Whenever you're doing stuff like this, you want to be very careful because it's easy to cross-thread plastic. So just go nice and easy, go back and forth. There's no need to go much beyond hand tight. Okay, now those are connected. We're still good. Now these are the side pieces, and you can see here that they're not straight. They bend, and they bend to go around these vents. So it's very easy to tell which side is which. You just push these down in, and then the screws go in on the sides, just like that. Come in here, make sure we're lined up. Yep. A little hard to do and show. And again, you don't want to go crazy tight on these, just finger tight. Yep, that's in there, side's in there. That'll close down, just one more time. We're good here, no rattles. And now, most importantly, we can plug in our wire here into the Apple CarPlay. It'll pass through any of these slots here. We can close this and go down to our phone mount, which is gonna be the next thing. All right, so next up, and these are not from the same vendor. I actually bought these off Etsy from a guy's whose company he's called Nexus. He just 3D prints these out in, I think, Washington State. But now that our cables are cleanly coming out, we need a way to mount our phone so that it's not a distraction. And to do that, I'm gonna use RAM mounts, but I needed a way to get the RAM mount on securely. And that's where I found this guy. So these are just 3D printed plastic, and these go into the voids, which are kind of weird anyway on the driver and passenger side of the Sprinter van. I'll show you how they install. I think $45 a piece, so they're not the cheapest thing, but they should allow us to mount our phones and other things like an iPad if we want it for Harvest Host or Overlander or whatever else. And in this package, you get this, which includes the 1-inch ball, which is very great for RAM mounts, and it includes an Allen key for install, so it should be pretty simple. Okay, so this is the cubby that I was mentioning. You can see here, you've got your driver's seat, and then this cubby, I don't know, it's about 3rd knuckle deep here, but there's not much you can do with this. And so what happens is this, and you just make sure that the screw is loose here. You just push this in and tighten this screw, and that expands, and then you've got a ball mount right here. And again, you're not looking to go crazy tight here. You just want to go finger tight so you don't break the plastic. We'll get the passenger one installed as well. Just an installation note here. I noticed after I did this one, I had to go back and redo it. You want to make sure you push these all the way in. Not sure about other ones. There are several companies that make these, but you have to make sure they go in as far as possible before you tighten them down. And then these are very, very sturdy. So we'll get the RAM phone mount on here. I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll wrap up this video. Okay, so we use that ball connection for just a simple phone RAM mount. Here it is without the phone, and there it is with the phone. That's a good solution. Yeah, it's a good spot because I can still see this screen. My phone is still here for easy access. And of course, our Charge Groove, that cable comes out here nice and cleanly now. So excellent upgrade. All right, well, that upgrade is complete. Again, quick and easy. If I wasn't filming, I probably could have done all of that in 10 minutes. Very, very easy. It's a great product. I think it's a elegant solution to, frankly, a design flaw. I'm not sure why the designers did that, put all those charge ports under there with no way to easily access them. So very excited to have that in the van. If you want to go back to where we introduced this van to everybody, you can click here. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.